Yo, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up the OX Alpha model inside of the DeepSeek harness. Essentially, you just need two things. All you need is an API key from OpenRouter. So just sign up to OpenRouter for free. It's openrouter.ai. Don't end up on some other sketchy websites. All you need to do is go on OpenRouter, search up OX Alpha. So it's just OX Alpha. It's the only OX starting model. You open up the page. You click on try this model, you're going to see the thing that says create API key. You're going to create the API key. You're just going to click on new key. You're going to give your key a name. Then you're going to give it an expiration. I'll give mine 1 hour. And then you can put a credit limit in case they want to charge you something or you're afraid of being charged. You can just put $1. So you can just put $1, then you're just going to click on create. I already created one. But essentially, you click on create. It's going to give you the API key right after. Just going to copy the API key. Just search up DeepSeek Honest. Oh, yeah, this is my first tutorial, actually. So it's all over the place. But anyways, we're now on the DeepSeek page. Looks super nice. Okay, these guys have been cooking. This is a whale. And essentially, you can just go there where it says view on GitHub. We're going to take you to this page, the fastest starred GitHub repo of all time. 184,000 stars with 808 people watching. 20,000 folks. This repo is goated. DeepSeek Honest, low-key kind of goated. I do dislike something about it, though, which I'll talk about later. But now you can just copy that direct address, right? Best way is to copy the link. Then you're going to go inside of VS Code. Then you just paste that into your AI model. Either whether you're using Claude Code, DeepSeek, whatever you're using, you can just give it your AI. You're just going to tell it to install the DeepSeek Honest and open it in Chrome. Then you're just going to press enter, and then it's just going to set up everything for you. And so let me actually stop this. So basically, yes, I just stopped that. But basically, you just give it to Claude Code, ask you to set up the DeepSeek harness. You could also give the same prompt to Codex, and it'll do that for you. If you don't already have any AI agents that you've been using before, all you can do is install Google Anti-Gravity. So you just go here. You go and install Google Anti-Gravity IDE. You want the IDE, not Anti-Gravity 2.0. Okay. So pull up Google Anti-Gravity. And then you're going to scroll down here. Go to the IDE. And it's going to download for x64. And then you just install the IDE. I'm pretty sure you know how to install an app. Then this is going to be Google Anti-Gravity. When you open up Google Anti-Gravity, you can use as AI for free there. So by default, it's going to have that open. And then essentially what you can do is make sure you're using Opus 4.6, 3.7 Flash. I don't trust it, my Nokia PC. And then you're just going to give it the same prompt. Like you just give it the link to the DeepSeek harness, then you ask it to install and set up the DeepSeek harness. And then what you can even do, which will make things even easier for you, in front of that prompt where you say install and open it in Chrome, you're just going to paste in your API key. Then you're going to ask Claude to basically set that up for you. Then it's basically going to set that up for you. And then now we come back here, okay? Once the DeepSeek harness is open, this is what it's going to look like. I already installed the harness on my computer there. Basically, whenever you have a web app and the web app is open, you can just click on install. Then it's going to pop up as an app on your computer. But this was entirely in the browser. This is running on localhost. But essentially, it's going to be looking like this. First time you set it up, it's going to give you a prompt to ask you to set up the model, whatnot, yada. Don't do that. That's going to be a little bit complicated for you. Just give the thing to Claude or any AI agent and ask it to set it up for you. Create a temporary API key that you don't mind deleting. It's free, so it won't cost you any money, even if the API key is leaked or not. So there's where you choose your workspace. I've got the OX Alpha workspace. You can use creator mode here for the DeepSeek harness, standard, PTC mode, minimum mode, or creator mode. And then that's where you then pick your model there, DeepSeek V4 Flash, or you can switch to OpenRouter, which is OX Alpha. Then you just prompt the model, some shit like hi. So there is where you give the permissions. I like to keep it without the full permissions because it can fuck you at any moment. You've got the trajectory there, which shows how the model was doing and how it was going. Durations, turns, and curves there, all of the distributions. That's the DeepSeek harness, and that's how you use OX Alpha inside of the DeepSeek harness. This is one of my prior conversations with it. I was asking it to essentially edit one of my softwares, which is called Aloni DM. And essentially, that's a tool of mine, which is sort of like clay.com. That's essentially one of my agentic systems, which I use for finding leads, scraping and finding leads. And essentially, I asked this AI to work on it, and it spawned 17 sub agents, and it was working for about 12 hours. How many hours? From 5 a.m. up until 3 p.m. That's how long the AI was working, spawning different sub agents. Kind of crazy how much this thing whips sub agents. Because they're literally sub agents that spend 7 million tokens, 11 million tokens, 9 million tokens, 8 million tokens, 7 million tokens on a freaking sub agent, bruv. Come on, Onyx. A sub agent. Supposed to be a sub agent. You just give it like small tasks. It's giving it the entire workload. Like work like a dog. This thing was coding for a long time. That's something that I actually don't like about the DeepSeek, honest, because this shit just codes forever. Codes for a long fucking time. This shit was running for long, bro. It is slow, like by nature. Like the OX alpha model is kind of slow because it is free and it's being distributed to people on a massive scale. But still, this is way damn slow. Slow. Can't be doing this shit to us. But nonetheless, I'm happy for them because of the model, because the model has been cooking. So, like, let me show you one of the UI. So this is like a Loni DM. This interface is sort of like mobile optimized. Right now, I know it's open on PC, so I can't really show you. I'm using like my iPhone to record this, so I can't really show you what it looks like on the iPhone. But this is essentially a layout of my software. It's a portal for my sales reps to be dialing and calling up my leads. And essentially, what this thing is for dialing. Okay, it's basically like a CRM and a dialer. So it got the UI good, got the tracking good, everything's working nicely. Shit's going good. Phone numbers are there, everything's there. Shit's great. Life's good. And so it fixed this shit. There was a lot of bugs with Aloni DM. It needed some updates. Then it's also got sort of like a dashboard. Okay. So let's go to the leads. Right now, this shit is sort of like empty because the leads, it didn't scrape the leads. My software also scrapes leads. And I already have the existing version, which is on my PC locally, that already scraped leads. So I'm not going to duplicate those leads because I've got like 400,000 leads already. Let me just show you what that looks like. And if I might be showing them shit. So the thing updated alone in DM, there you can click on thing, you can look at the person's details, message the people on WhatsApp, call the people, you can buy their domain, take over the domain, build their website, restart the thing, browse some templates, okay? So you can browse templates of website designs that I made so I can use templates to quickly build websites. Just click a button inside of Alone in DM and it will build a website for my client. So if I click on preview, it's going to show one of the sites that we've got. It is one of the websites that was made by Alone in DM. My God, this shit is cooking. I cook with this software. I cook with this tool. This is the type of stuff that it makes. These are the type of websites that it makes. And so this is what OX Alpha managed to build. It didn't build all of this. Obviously, a lot of it was Claude, Opus 5, and Fable 5, like the predecessors. It was just sort of like grading that system and making that shit better. If they do like buy domain, this shit essentially opens up the specific domain that we want to buy for them on Porkbun so that we can easily buy the domain for it, that we can quickly buy the domain for it. It's going to search up the specific domain that we want. Then we're just going to look through the domains and get the one we want. That's what that is for. It's to make this shit faster for us because we'll be dealing with like a high volume of clients. And so we want to be able to deliver as quickly as possible for our clients. So that's how this shit works. If someone doesn't have a website, it's going to tell me they don't have a website because I make websites. It's going to tell me where they are, what they do. You can also enrich data. There's a lot of stuff in this software. There's a lot of stuff. I also got my salespeople, can analyze the performance of my sales reps, all of that. There is a lot of shit in this software. There is a lot of shit inside of this software. There is a lot. It also does outreach, etc. It's also like a full-blown CRM inside there. They usually would be having messages from WhatsApp, etc. Here we've got outreach campaigns, so you can create new campaigns, are they LinkedIn campaigns, WhatsApp campaigns, email campaigns. I just type a prompt in AI there, then it will design the campaign there. You can do a quick launch for a campaign, basically the business, the offer, the value proposition, the channel, choose the country, choose the WhatsApp account. I've got WhatsApp accounts connected, relaunch the campaign. Got reactivation, this database reactivation. So I just put in my leads in there. Then it will go and code, it will go and find all of my leads and reach out to them, reactivate my leads, ask for reviews, give them offers, more upsells, shit like that. That's what Aloni DM will be doing. WhatsApp warm up. This will be warming up WhatsApp accounts to be prepared for like mass outreach. Although I do gotta say something about the outreach. Outreach doesn't make sense on WhatsApp, which is why we sort of canceled it because we needed like 10 different phone numbers for all of that shit. So like the main page will be showing my total prospects, the amount of outreach sent in a day, the replies, reply rates, book meetings, all of that shit, all of the stats I need to run my business. This software is made to run my business. The live theme, it's not too bad. I didn't ask you to touch it, but like, don't know how I feel about this. Some analytics on growth, acquisition funnels, etc. in 90 days. Shows the SEO, though it's not connected to my site yet for the SEO. Also got partnerships, something that sort of like creates brand partnerships for me. Got a strategies to help me out. This is sort of like connected to some Moses books and Moses frameworks to help me out with that. Reviews and reactivations, calls, we got more metrics, the token costs. So this is sort of like break down all of my token costs for all of my AI agents. I've got a lot of them. So it seems it already imported that data in here. So that's really good. So I can see what each is spending in terms of tokens. You can see the period of this, like in the past hour. No tokens are spent because I have things shut off. So that is it for this video. That's everything for this video. I don't think there's much more you need to know about OX Alpha. Everything you need so that you can go and build. Oh yeah, there's also this thing for showing the resources they're spending. I've got a bunch of scrapers here. I can choose the number of scrapers that I want, the number of browsers that I want them to have, and like basically how much they would be spending. So these ones, 11 processes usually like 1.7 gigs. So I can have a lot of scrapers scraping people's shit in parallel. These are the other scrapers that I can manage. Are they running or are they not running? How much RAM they're using and how much CPU they're using. The AI spent by the system is also down there. Up here, we have what's running, what's in flight, the scrapers, all of that shit, the browsers. Also, I can set maximums, the maximum usage for shit. I can add resource limitations. Right now, I have them off. We also have got like system RAM. It shows how much RAM is being used, how much the CPU is being used, all of the good stuff. Quite a comprehensive software. I know it's quite a lot. It was a lot to do. But OX Alpha is cooking. It's not fucking up. So I'm actually quite happy about that. I wonder who made OX Alpha. I'm curious to know who made this shit. That's it for today's video. Subscribe for more videos like this and for more content. And then also consider DMing me if you're looking for any automation services, or if you know a business that needs some automation services, or if you yourself want a freaking website. Just DM me, bro. My phone number is there on my website. Emails are all there. Whichever way you go there would determine where you end up. So feel free to comment, ask any questions, or DM me if you have any questions or things that you want to offer us. Ciao.